Miss Wisconsin!
That was the moment Kenosha native Laura Kepler won the crown and title of Miss America back in Las Vegas in January. She's back in her home state for the first time since the pageant. And Laura is the special guest at the Governor's Conference on Tourism here in Green Bay today, and she joins us now live from the KI Convention Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me this morning.
What a whirlwind it must have been. I was looking at just some of your schedule from the weekend, and it's mind-boggling how busy you've been.
Yes, it's just been unbelievable. Especially this weekend has been busier than normal just because it's my first time home, so we've been trying to fit in as much as possible and see as many different cities and family and friends as we were able to. So this weekend has been extremely busy, but wonderful to be home.
Yeah, what is it like being back at home and getting to talk to everybody, especially some of those people who helped you get where you are today?
Right. It's been really meaningful for me because it's the first time I have seen them since I left January 5th. So we've been able to talk over the phone and Skype and email, but there's something to be said about seeing them in person. And it's going to be hard to leave because when you're away from them, you don't always get to see them and talk to them. And it makes me not miss home as much. But now that I've been home, it's just going to be really difficult to leave because I'd love to stay and spend more time with family and friends.
Laura, I just noticed you're not wearing your crown. When do you wear it and when don't you?
Right. There really aren't any specific guidelines. For larger appearances, I'll put my crown on, but for the most part, especially if it's an interview or any time that I'm speaking, I generally like to wear the pin because for me, I think the crown can be a bit of a distraction sometimes, and I'm more interested in people really listening and paying attention to what I say rather than looking at what's sitting on top of my head. So I use my discretion. For the most part, I wear the pin, but there are circumstances where I wear the crown as well.
Now, a lot about what you will be saying that you want people to pay attention to is your platform. Can you explain to everyone what your platform is and how you hope to accomplish some things?
Sure. My personal platform is Circles of Support, advocating and mentoring for children who have parents in prison. And I have partnered with an organization called the U.S. Dream Academy, and that's an after-school program for kids who are the highest at risk to become incarcerated at some point in their own life. So there are 10 Dream Academies across the country in 10 different states, and Wisconsin does not have one. So I hope by the time my year has ended that Wisconsin can be in the works of having a U.S. Dream Academy. But really just raising awareness for the millions of children in our country who have parents in prison and letting them know that they are not alone and that also that experience does not have to define their life and that they have great potential and possibilities for their future as well.
Well, you already are raising awareness about that topic. Can you also talk to us about the Children's Miracle Network and your work with that?
Yes, I serve as the National Goodwill Ambassador for Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. That's the national platform of the Miss America organization. So part of my job this year is to raise awareness and funds for children's hospitals. So in addition to that, I travel to the hospitals across the country. There are 170 of them, and 17 million children each year utilize children's hospitals. So I spend time directly with those children, with their families, and raise funds and awareness for them.
Let's talk about tourism. You're there today for the tourism conference, and I know you've traveled all across the state. Do you have any favorite places?
I have. You know, I was thinking about this. Growing up, we used to go to the Wisconsin Dells religiously every summer. So I would have to say that's a favorite pastime of mine to travel through Wisconsin. But as Miss Wisconsin, I had the chance to visit a lot of really fun places. And as a very big sports fan, I have to say Miller Park and Lambeau Field are on my top favorite things to do and to travel to in Wisconsin, but there's also a little restaurant in Kenosha that I'm very fond of, one that I used to work at, and it's called The Spot. So I think that's a really great place for people to check out. It's very historic to Kenosha as well.
We will have to check it out. And finally, your plans for after your reign. Do you have any yet?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
What are your plans for after your reign as Miss America?
Oh, yes. I hope to be an attorney, so after this year I'd like to go to law school. I'm not quite sure where yet. I was in D.C. not too long ago and I toured Georgetown and I just fell in love with that campus. So we'll see where I end up, but I hope to practice in family law and more specifically child advocacy law.
Okay, and real quick, I know we didn't tell you I was going to ask you this, but I saw some of your interviews over the weekend and I'm wondering if you heard from a certain Packers player.
Oh, I have not. I have not heard from a certain Packer player.
Not the one that everybody thinks, though, because you said Aaron Rodgers isn't necessarily your favorite Packer.
Right, well, I have not heard from either of them, so we'll see if anything happens in the next couple of weeks.
Well, you let us know. Maybe when they start playing again in the fall. Laura Kepler, congratulations again on becoming Miss America, and good luck and have fun with your reign.
Thank you.